Not Giving a Fuck by Mark Manson. So, something that is very interesting to think about is when it comes to the subtle art of not giving a fuck, it's just not about just not giving a fuck. See, this book is about how to achieve happiness, a counterintuitive approach to achieve happiness, and how to not care what anybody else thinks about what makes you happy. So he tells a couple of stories throughout the book. The story I like the most is the story about the guy who was in the band, Megadeth, Dave, what was his name? Dave, let's just say his name is Dave. What was his name? Dave Mustaine, that's who it is. Dave Mustaine was who it was. Dave Mustaine was in a band at one point in his life, but then he got kicked out of that band, and he told himself that he was going to make more money in that band ever will. Then he started a band called Megadeth, which made millions and millions of dollars. But then the issue at hand was the band he was kicked out of was Metallica. And they sold 25 million more records than his band Megadeth did. So Dave Mustaine, even though he had a wife and kids and was not happy with his life, but had a wife and kids and had millions of dollars, he wasn't happy with his life. But why was he not happy with his life, you may ask? He wasn't happy with his life because he compared himself to other people. He compared himself to that other band. And that is something it also talks about. When you compare yourself to other people, it doesn't make you feel much better. It actually, as a matter of fact, makes you feel worse. And that is what I learned from this book. 2, he talks about motivation, like what motivates people to do things. And honestly, what makes you happy, does the stuff that motivates you make you happy? He talks about a story about a Chinese soldier who lived in the jungle for years and years and years. And even after World War II was over, he still lived there for, I'm pretty sure, longer after that. And then when he lived there, he eventually tried to gather his army together to start a rebellion of some sort. And then he had pulled it off, but then he wasn't happy with it because he's like, I did all this work for nothing. Now you might wonder, people probably work hard for stuff every day, but it does not make them happy. So he talks about that as well. And the other thing he mentions is goes true happiness and internal peace comes from you just not caring about what other people think. And to be honest, I believe that's a very big part in life. Because now, not caring about what people think is hard. Because, for example, if you, these videos, like, not really with these videos, for example, but if you start something and someone gives you crap about it and you just stop doing it because someone gave you crap about it, that tends to hurt you a little bit. And honestly, it tends to just make you not want to do it. And there are people like that out there. There are people who probably could have had futures with something, but just stopped because they couldn't handle the criticism. But that is the thing with criticism. You can't let it get to you, because you will be criticized in life. You just will. Like for anything you do. And then you have people who just won't care about your success. They won't care that you work out every day. They won't care that you wrote a book. They won't care that you accomplish things they will never accomplish. And they'll still give you crap because that's just the way life is. So this book is very, very good. There's a sequel to it, which I'll also be reviewing, called Everybody's Fucked, which is a book about hope. So with this book, I really enjoyed it, and I hope you take the time out to read it as well. And I'll have a sticky lesson the next time. And thank you all for watching. You all have a great day.